All right, thank you, everybody. A young boy is walking with his father along a path in the forest, and they come across a large branch on the ground. The young boy looks to his father and says, "Dad, do you think I can move that branch?" The father says, "Yes. If you use all of your strength, I think you can." The young boy tries to move the branch and is unable to do it and looks to his dad disappointed and says, "Dad, you're wrong. I can't do it." The father says, "Try again. If you use all of your strength, I think you can do it." The young boy tries again to move the branch and is unable to do it. And looks to his father and says, "Dad, you're wrong. I can't do it." The father says, "Son, I advised you to use all of your strength. You didn't. You didn't ask for my help." Like the young boy, I approached life independently, thinking that I needed to be independent to be successful. I gradually gained my independence. I got my driver's license, got to go wherever I wanted, whenever I wanted. Graduated from high school, went off to San Diego State University, where I lived in the dorms. I joined a fraternity. I studied, sometimes. I moved to an apartment, got a part-time job, paid bills, went grocery shopping, cooked, if you include Top Ramen for that, and still had time to play my favorite sport, maybe the most independent of them all, golf. Just over 8 years ago, when I was a 19-year-old sophomore at San Diego State, I remember I was walking around on campus and I noticed I had to squint to read a sign. For me, that was abnormal because I had perfect 20/20 vision my whole life. So I did what any other 19-year-old in college would do in this situation. I called my mom. I said, "Hey, Ma, I think I need glasses or contacts. I'm not sure. Can you set up an optometrist appointment? Let me know when it is. Call me back. Love you. Bye." That's how I talked to Mom. I went and saw the optometrist the day before Thanksgiving 2008, and he ran the normal tests on me. I'm sure you've all done it. What do you see better with? 1 or 2? 2 or 3? 3 or 4? And everything was routine until he had me cover my left eye. When I covered my left eye, I couldn't see anything on the eye chart. I couldn't even see the big E. I thought, okay, maybe I'm going to need some thick glasses. But you look around at athletes and celebrities these days, they're wearing those thick glasses and they're making them look cool. So I thought I could get those glasses, go back to school, still be accepted by my friends, not a problem. The optometrist wasn't as optimistic as I was. He said, "Jeremy, I need to run some more tests on you. I need to call your parents in, and we need to discuss what's going on." I go take some more tests, go back in his office. Both my parents are in the room. He says, "Jeremy, I think you have one of 2 things." He said, "I think you either have something that's called a pituitary adenoma," which to this day I have no idea what that is. Or he said, "Jeremy, I think you might have a brain tumor." On Thanksgiving Day 2008, I went and got an MRI done to check and see if I had a brain tumor, and thankfully found out I did not have a brain tumor. But over the next 2 months, my family and I, we were frantically trying to find out what was going on, and we went on what we called a medical mystery tour. We went and saw multiple different doctors, and I was misdiagnosed with several different disorders. I had a catheter put in my hand for 5 days. They pumped steroids into me every single day and said that would help. I got a spinal tap done, where they stick a large needle in your back, drain fluids, and run tests on that. I had a catheter in my jugular, cords dangling out of my neck for 10 days, as I would lay in a hospital bed every other day for those 10 days for a treatment that doctors thought would help, but didn't. And in this 2-month span, my vision drastically deteriorated, and it spread from just my right eye to both eyes. And in 2 months, it went from perfect 20/20 vision to where it is now. I'm now legally blind with no central vision due to a rare genetic disorder I had no idea I had, called Leber's hereditary optic neuropathy, or LHON. LHON happens to 1 in 50,000 people. Only about 100 people in the US are diagnosed with it each year, and unfortunately, it has no treatment and no cure. To put my vision in perspective for you, what does it mean to have no central vision? if you could for me, please, put both of your hands together like this and put them directly in front of your face. And look around the room a little bit with your hands directly in front of your face like that. That's what my vision's like all the time. As you can see on the screen, it's a good depiction of what my vision's like. On the left is perfect 20/20 vision when I had the first 19 years of my life. And on the right is what my vision's been like the last 8 years now. Because of this, I'm no longer able to read. Imagine going on a date with a woman you're trying to impress, but you have to ask her to read you the menu like you're 5 years old. I'm no longer able to drive. I had to hand over my car keys to my parents and forfeit the independence of driving. And I'm no longer able to distinguish faces. Do you know how hard it is to know someone for years, and all of a sudden you now have to swallow your pride when you see them and ask who it is because you're unable to recognize them? I was devastated. I was depressed. I thought, why me every single day for months? I didn't know you could go legally blind at 2 months at 19 years old, and there wasn't some type of a shot, a pill, a surgery, something that could fix it. I just couldn't comprehend it. All of a sudden, this world of independence was gone, and it seemed that the only alternative was dependence. I used to be able to go wherever I wanted, whenever I wanted. After losing my sight, I was afraid to leave my house because I'd have to cross the street on my own. So instead, I waited at home for someone to accompany me. Tasks that were easy when I could see were now more difficult than ever before, like going to the grocery store. I'm unable to distinguish any of the items on the shelves. And suddenly, I was a millennial who couldn't even use his own phone. At this point, school for me was an afterthought. I was so fearful of becoming dependent on others. I was afraid that I would never be seen as normal again. People would view me as damaged goods. They would start to pity me. I would never be respected. And I was afraid that I would never be truly happy ever again. I didn't want to go back to school. I thought, it's not going to happen. I want to drop out from college. But one of my best friends, Josh, he called me. He said, Jeremy, come back to school and take 2 easy classes. And in my 5-class schedule, I'll take those same 2 classes with you. So I came back to school the following semester. I didn't miss a semester. And I took 2 easy classes. I took Intro to Music and Intro to Film. That was my class schedule. Intro to Film for a blind guy was actually a lot tougher than I expected it to be. Showed up the first day of class with my friend Josh, who helped me out. We sit in the front row of the class, and I say, okay, I'm going to find a way to get through this whole college thing. The professor walks in, he says, welcome to Intro to Film. Thank you for signing up for my course. For those who want to learn to appreciate the best type of films, you got to understand the best cinema are silent films. Here's an hour and a half of Charlie Chaplin. That was my nightmare. Thankfully, the class was not Intro to Silent Films, and it got a lot better after that. But one of my best friends, Josh, who took those same 2 classes with me in his 5-class schedule, he helped me walk to and from class. He helped me tell the professors that I was legally blind and I needed accommodations. And he helped me study for the exams in the classes, which helped me pass the classes. What Josh did for me was monumental. It was life-changing. I graduated from San Diego State with a degree in business in 2013, and I know this would not have been possible had it not been for what Josh did for me. It was unbelievable what he did for me, and in that moment, I remember I never thought that anyone besides me got something out of that relationship. And I remember one moment walking to class with Josh and saying to him, I'm sorry you took 2 easy classes in your schedule to help me out. I know, I'm a burden. And his response was, you're not a burden, you're a blessing. And when he said that, I thought, what the heck is he talking about? What could he be getting out of this? And that was the first time I thought, there might be something more to this than just being either independent or dependent. Growing up, I was an athlete. I love sports. My favorite sport was golf. I played 3 years varsity in high school, and I played every single Sunday from when I was 12 till I was 17 with my dad. It was our bonding time, our ritual. It's how we became so close. So I was especially devastated after losing my sight to think I could never play the game I loved ever again. My mom, who's incredible, she came up to me one day, she said, Jeremy, there's such thing as the USBGA, the United States Blind Golf Association. These golfers play in tournaments all over the world. And I thought, Mom, that's really cute. I thought she was kidding, telling me a joke to boost my spirits, which she did a good job of, but I didn't think she was serious. There is such thing as blind golf, and there are tournaments all over the world. Now, you can't go drop me off here at the Grain and say, go have fun, Jeremy. I would be lost. But every single blind golfer has a guide, someone who helps them out on every single shot. And for me, that was an easy choice, my dad. My dad is my guide in every competitive round of blind golf that we play in. What he does, as you can see in the photo, is he points in the direction I want to hit the shot. I try to envision where he's pointing. I have no idea where he's pointing. I step over the shot and he looks from behind and sees how my feet are lined up. He says, go a little more right, go a little more left, you're good. And I hit the shot, and we do that the whole way around the course. We just got back from Japan where we competed and won the 2016 World Blind Golf Championship. Thank you. Thank you very much. It was an incredible experience and we accomplished our goal. But I noticed in that moment that my dad was enjoying the experience just as much as I was. It made me think back to Josh. Maybe this is the blessing. Maybe the gift is the power of interdependence. Maybe we have it wrong in society where we place so much emphasis on independence. Independence is good. Interdependence is great. With interdependence, I want us to all be more comfortable in asking others for help more and offering to help those around us. Because think about how you feel when someone asks for your help. We feel special, wanted, needed. Why don't we ask others for help more? Because we're afraid of being vulnerable, or maybe coming off as too dependent? Now that I'm able to see the power of interdependence, I'm able to notice that the relationships I have are deeper than ever before. That the people I interact with have more purpose in their lives, and so do I. And when we're able to live interdependently, it leads to increased success. I can honestly say that I'm happier today at 27 years old, legally blind, living interdependently, than I was at 19 years old, fully sighted and trying to be as independent as possible. Because let me tell you, when we're able to embrace interdependence in our lives, it opens our eyes to see things we may have never seen before. And what I want from you is like the young boy with his father in the forest, is to learn to use all of your strength, to be strong, strong enough to ask for help. Thank you very much.